The three giant babies were tormenting the mother and son. However, the giant directly threw the woman down, and she stopped breathing. This planet had two civilizations, the giant-sized Blue Star people and the short-statured Om people. However, their statuses were vastly different. The Blue Star people had highly developed technology, lived resourceful lives, and ruled the entire planet. The Om people, on the other hand, were in the Stone Age and often stole food from the other side. Moreover, their numbers were very large. So, the Blue Star people developed a plan to carry out an extermination every 2 weeks to control the Om population. Some cute-looking Om people became the Blue Star people's pets. One day, John saw an Om who had lost his mother. After obtaining his father's consent, he adopted this Om and named him Adam. After returning home, John's father made a collar that could bring Adam back to his side at any time to prevent him from running away. From then on, Adam became a pet and even John's study companion. Using headphones that constantly imparted knowledge, he not only learned the Blue Star language but also became more and more modern in his thinking. However, when John's father discovered this, he forbade it. Worse still, during an outdoor activity, Adam saw his fellow Om people fighting each other for favor. He was very angry. So, he touched the collar around his neck and began to have a terrible idea. He took advantage of his owner's absence and stole the learning machine used for classes. Just as he thought he had successfully escaped, his owner activated the remote-controlled collar. The strong attraction immediately pulled him back. At a critical moment, a female Om rescued him and skillfully removed the collar. In order not to become a giant's pet again, they planned to use the learning machine to revitalize their backward tribe. But the tribesmen did not accept it. They were ignorant, unambitious, and didn't even recognize the two large characters "trap" written on the box. To change this situation, Adam pointed to another box and told the crowd that there was red powder in this box. A wizard didn't believe him. As a result, the moment he opened the box, a cloud of red powder flew out. In this way, the Om people started their learning journey. However, an accident occurred. A huge monster suddenly attacked. The terrifying big mouth poked through the roof, then stretched out a long tongue, sucking up the scattered crowd. But by this time, the Om people had knowledge. Not only could they work as a team, but they also learned more advanced tactics. They threw grappling hooks and hooked the monster's wings. Soon, the monster fell to its death due to the damage to its wings. As this was the first time they had defeated such a giant beast, the tribesmen excitedly started dancing. However, they were unaware that more terrible things were about to happen. The giants began their cleansing operation. Faced with the enemy's technological superiority, countless Om people perished. Their former home became hell. The survivors embarked on a journey to find a new home. They found a rocket in the giants' abandoned factory and headed to an unknown primitive planet. However, when they arrived, they were shocked to discover that this planet was covered with giant stone statues. It turned out that the giants could make their consciousness leave their bodies through meditation. To take revenge on the giants, they smashed the statues. As the statues were destroyed, the giants' eyes would immediately go blind.